I'm Martin Lewis, co-creator of the Secret Policeman's Ball series and one of the producers of the first 4 Amnesty balls. Amnesty International was formed back in 1961 in Britain, and for the first 15 years of its existence it had a comparatively low profile. And in 1976, as they were coming up for a 15th anniversary, the folks running the British section of Amnesty contacted John Cleese of Monty Python. They were looking for a way to raise their profile and raise some much needed money. John Cleese reacted very positively and offered to put on a benefit show. Now, back in the mid-70s in Britain, a benefit show usually took place on a Sunday evening somewhere in a theatre, was over by 10 o'clock, and usually featured just middle-of-the-road entertainers. John came up with some crucial differences that made a real splash and made really the beginnings of the Secret Policeman's Ball, which came into fruition 3 years later in '79. What John did was this. First of all, he said, why do one night? Let's do 3 nights. Much more fun, raise more money. Secondly, instead of doing it at a polite early evening, let's do it late night. There's a different atmosphere late night, not least because the British pubs have been open till 11 o'clock at night, and these shows started at 11:30, and the audience and some of the cast were suitably liberated and certainly hydrated. And there was a great atmosphere. And crucially, John also offered to round up some of his friends. Now, his friends happened to be Monty Python, Beyond the Fringe, the great British comedy troupe from the 60s, and also some of the other leading lights of that 60s and 70s generation of British comedians. Armed with all those people, the show was going to be really special. The person at Amnesty who was really driving was a guy called Peter Luff, who was the assistant director. And he was really gung-ho in gathering together all the elements. I got involved because I heard about the show, and I was working at a record company at the time, and I volunteered my services to produce a cast album that they could sell and make some money with. But it was such an all-hands-on-deck atmosphere that anybody who was lending a hand got roped in to do other things. So my background was publicity and marketing, so I did publicity and marketing for the show and soon started helping Peter as one of the producers. There was such a great atmosphere backstage at those shows. First of all, they took place, the first night was actually on April Fool's, so already you're off to a great start. And there was also something interesting. Not all of the folks in Monty Python were in town. Practically all of them except Eric Idle was out of town. So a tradition came up that if somebody wasn't there, somebody else would step in for him. Peter Cook from Beyond the Fringe stepped in and became an honorary Python. Ditto, Dudley Moore, who's a member of Beyond the Fringe, he was in LA at the time, so Terry Jones of Monty Python stepped in and became an honorary Beyond the Fringer. This was actually a hallmark of what later happened in the Secret Policeman's Ball shows starting in '79. The atmosphere, as I said, late night was great. There was no backstage bar, there was no green room groupies hanging out, just a very cramped dressing rooms. As you'll see, a really great camaraderie amongst all these fellow performers, some of whom hadn't seen each other perform for many years. Peter Luff, who I mentioned, in fact, there's a little bit of footage of Peter Luff and myself. I'm the one on the left with the clipboard, the clip-on bow tie and the badly clipped hair. Amnesty International was very fortunate that as it was preparing to make the show, they were approached by a top documentary maker called Roger Grafe, and he volunteered to document the show, the preparations, the rehearsals, and that's how the film Pleasure to Majesty's came about. Originally, the stage show was titled by John Cleese, A Poke in the Eye with a Sharp Stick. But in Britain, there's a colloquial expression for somebody who is in prison, detained at Her Majesty's pleasure. And since this show took place at Her Majesty's Theatre, Roger came up with the title Pleasure at Her Majesty's. I'll be back after the film with an after-the-ball commentary, but first, let's enjoy Pleasure at Her Majesty's. It's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick.
Tell you to hide the joy bit, actually, can you? That's it, fine. Right, hand go again. Down here with the eyes, can you? Eyes down here. Here with that?
Oh,
one happy one now. Create some laughy ones. Big beams, that's it. Big beams. Don't show your teeth, Peter.
Now tell me, with all of these comic geniuses, the best of Britain's comic geniuses together on one stage, do you think there's going to be a lot of jockeying for position, elbowing each other out of the way and so forth?
Oh, it's going to be vicious. This show is going to bring out all the nastiness in English humour. of our generation.
Do you think there will be a certain healthy rivalry between you and the Monty Python team?
I don't think so. I think we're all in it together.
As a matter of fact, for the Beyond the Fringe team, three of you at any rate, this is the first time you've been on stage together since you actually did Beyond the Fringe.
That's right, yes. And we don't like each other any more than we did then.
So in, isn't it? The world of showbiz, it's so in.
Wish you were part of the donkey out there.
Ooh, you are. Like him at all. Terry Gilliam, incidentally, is the only person who isn't very pleasant in the whole group.
Come on, Terry, I didn't mean it. Come. Please, would you please stop it? It's very hurt and very bad.
At a theatre just down from Piccadilly Circus, a reunion is going on. It brings together most of the people who had started in the cloistered surroundings of Oxford and Cambridge undergraduate reviews, and then went on to rather more extensive success with such shows as Beyond the Fringe, The Goodies, and Monty Python's Flying Circus. They've worked together in various teams on stage, in films, on radio and television, but the occasion that brings so many of them all together for the first time is a gala late-night benefit to aid Amnesty International. Amnesty works for the abolition of torture and the release of non-violent prisoners of conscience all over the world. This group of old friends and rivals will help the cause by making people laugh.
Would you like to walk backwards? That would be one of the first.
The opening is appropriately enough on April Fool's Day, which is less than a week away. Jonathan Miller is producing, and he must find a smooth running order from the rich chaos of comic material available. Everything from Monty Python's latest hits to old favourites like Alan Bennett's Telegram from Beyond the Fringe.
I want to end up, Norwich. Yes. Well, it's an idiomatic way of saying, knickers off ready when I come home. It's the initial letters of each word. Yes, I do know knickers is spelled with a K. I was at Oxford. It was one of the first things they taught us. Yes, and in a perfect world, of course, it would be courage. But I don't think it carries quite the same idiomatic force, does it? So a blackout, I suppose.
Yeah. Now, what I want to do is to keep as many of the props as possible on stage so we just can simply have them there and then, rather than having them coming on and off the stage. I think it's much easier if we have them at the back so people can just nip back and use them. You know, just carry your own things through. John? Sketchy stuff. Shortly. Yeah, don't put a lot of equivalent of kids Sunday morning. No, I guess you're going to be...
I don't know. I mean, I just can't talk about it. Well, yeah, I guess I'll do a bit. And I'll have to read it.
Yes, that's all right.
Like, I'll have to rewrite it and read it.
What, you mean on the night, you mean, itself, or now?
I'll rewrite it now and read it on the night.
And read it on the night?
Unless you want to do it the other way around.
Well, did you want to do a bit of it now? So that we can just...
Ooh, I haven't chosen the bit. I thought I would talk it over with you.
OK, well, Michael, can you do a thing for me? Let him go and let the spot go the other way and settle onto that table there. Yes? There won't actually be a cue for the moment because John hasn't written the sketch.
No, OK.
But there'll be some...
I'll give you one afterwards.
All right. Yeah, none to be had, none to be had, that's all.
A number of amazing tasteless remarks about black people, and then off.
And then off, right?
Off home.
And then crossfade into the next one, please.
Perhaps I could do my diarrhea number. One of the most appalling problems faced forward is that of diarrhea. People who suffer, excuse me, so on the whole, I'd rather have been a judge than a minor.
OK. What we need then is another sketch. Alan, is there something that you wanted to do with John Fortune?
No. I couldn't find it, and he won't have it. So I don't remember it. Unless he's got it, but I've never seen it.
Hello, Barry. How are you? Have some coffee.
There's Nick Garland sketching. I see Alan Bennett drinking coffee down there. Someone who looks like John Fortune. Perhaps it is? Hello. And there's old Birdie.
So this is what the Last Judgment's going to be like, in fact.
The Last Judgment.
The Reverend John Claude Motson, Father Kevin Joyce O'Malley, Monsignor Jean-Paul Renard, Padre Robert Henry Noonan, Rabbis Edwin and Carrie Makepeace Gingo, Pope Mario Vercotti, Divisional Fire Officer Carl Heitz Biolek, and Bombardier Arthur Buddha, on or about the morning of the third Sunday in Epiphany. Have you anything to say before this court considers your case?
The Python team are reworking their courtroom sketch for the Amnesty benefit and for their forthcoming Broadway show. They've done the sketch once before on television, but they're still not happy with it.
Sorry, Your Honour, how do you spell that? S-M-I, then I go a bit wrong.
What, Smith?
Yes, Your Honour.
T-H.
Oh, of course, thank you.
What do you think about a shave? It seems to me very funny. It's not complete.
But actually, there is rewriting to be done around the area at the end of the...
I don't think it matters that it wanders from point to point, because I think each point is very funny and it's abandoned about. I don't think any of the points go on too long. I may be wrong. Is it funny?
It is funny, It's just a matter of working it out when you do it with someone. I think
it goes together better than I expected. Yeah. I like the sketch. There's a lot of shouting in it. Stand up. Sit down. Go move. Move. See? Order in the skating vicar. And on with the pixie hats. And everybody sing. Anything goes in. Anything goes out. Fish, bananas, old pajamas, mutton, beef, and trout. I still think you should instruct us to do one more thing, because I remember this was one of the moments that I cried with laughter watching it on the box. Sit down, stand up, sit down, go moo. And I think there should be one other. And then reverse those lines, say, now on with the pixie hats and order in the skating thing.
And bring down the curtain.
Tap your feet.
Yeah. And in the sketch.
Stand up, sit down, go moo.
What's the movements we have for anything goes in?
It's fish. Fish, bananas, old pajamas, mutton, beef, mutton, beef, and trout. Trout should be that. Anything goes in, anything goes out. Fish, bananas, old pajamas, mutton, beef, and trout.
We're the goodies, how do you do? We've just been down to the zoo. We saw a monkey in a cage, doing a dance in the rain. It's not hard, so let's all do the funky gibbon. Woo, woo, woo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, do, do, do. The funky left, do, 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 do. We are here to show you how. Is it this high? Ooh, 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 ooh. The funky gibbon. Just like you, so come on, do funky gibbon now.
Despite their hit records and television shows, the Goodies have never performed live on stage before.
I'll cue the band to play rapidly there again, I think.
We're not going to naively impose an encore on them, are we?
No.
I just wish we could have rehearsed on that stage and or with the band, just one run through with the band.
But look, if we set up quick enough, we can even have a quick run through at half-time almost.
What I want to do is to watch the rest of the show. Are we going to be able to do that? Because a lot of my favourite performers
why not? No, have you just said that to be creepy for the camera?
Camera's on you, mate.
Doesn't matter, it's your voice.
I've been doing some new things.
They're rehearsing for America at the moment.
fact, they had been rehearsing for several weeks.
That's not fair.
They're perfect.
That is unfair.
Concert pitch, they are.
Yeah, well, actually wants to see. I mean, Alan Bennett, I haven't seen perform for years. I'd
Yeah.
love to see that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Mike Palin said it was like sort of lovely, like Saturday morning pictures. We all went along sitting there, you know, to see Laurel and Hardy and Batman and everything else, and see Peter Cook do Judge and all that stuff.
Did you do it in black and white?
Lovely.
But the silly thing is that somebody like Peter or somebody say, oh, I can't do the same number. In fact, it's the number that none of us have seen for years and years
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
absolutely
Yeah,
want to see.
yeah, quite, yeah.
Why haven't we got
We haven't got it.
We've got numbers that people haven't seen for years and years. Nobody wants to see them.
Then the first thing that happens then is that
One of the most popular sketches from Beyond the Fringe was the parody of Shakespeare. Terry Jones of Monty Python has taken on the, well, almost impossible task of replacing the absent Dudley Moore from the original team because I was stuck in California. They've met at Jonathan Miller's house to recall how we did the sketch some 17 years ago.
Get thee to Gloucester, Essex. Do you to Wessex, Exeter. Fair Albany to Somerset, Mystique is route, and Scroop to you to Westmoreland, where shall bold York, enrouted now for Lancaster, with forces of our uncle Rutland, enjoin his standard with sweet Norfolk's host. Fair Sussex, get thee to Warwick's bourne, and there with frowning purpose tell our plan to Bedford's tilted ear, that he shall press with most insensate speed, and join his warlike effort to bold Dorset's side. I, most royally, shall now to bed, to sleep off all the nonsense I've just said. And then we scatter off. And in scattering off, it is sort of, if it could be slightly sort of Olivier-esque, hands to brows and moving off. Very sort of, and then just the two of you come on together. So as we're on this side, Alan comes on and sits on a seat in the centre, and you put yourself sweetly and coyly at his feet.
Yes,
you see.
but
He plucked odd.
Yes, but they were all totally discordant.
Yeah, I don't.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right. I think it was even just one string rather than.
Yes, just one string, just one string. And then I think what you do is make it as accurately, sweetly, sort of Dellerish as you can, rather than putting a sort of any sort of comment on it. So it's as near as possible to it.
Oh, death, his face, my shroud hath hid. I believe it wrong my false grief.
Is that okay for you, Terry?
Slightly terrifying.
It's also chaotic anyway, that particular thing. That actually, the funny thing is that it doesn't matter how it goes, because it sort of plays itself, because it's so ludicrous, you know.
I don't think we ever got laughs on it.
What was that?
I do remember there are great barren patches in this.
Oh, no, there are.
Chiefly the bits I'm involved in. But, however. Because I totally used to do these, enormous amount of mugging, didn't he?
Yes, an enormous amount of mugging went on, yes. So if you can manage an enormous amount of mugging...
If not,
Gordon Dudley used to sit behind the set while Alan and I were doing the philosophy sketch, and you'd hear... Nurse. 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 Nurse! Got louder and louder, and finally you just heard, the nurse! I suppose you want your bed linen changed. Hello, how are you?
It's great actually performing. I love it when we actually do it. It's really because the material we're doing is so. We haven't written anything. If we'd written something for the stage, then we'd do it.
I mean, we've written so many series that it's...
I know, but it's all it's whole thing of retreading old material.
I mean, I know what to say, but one just doesn't get that feeling from... I've never done any more television because I actually felt I could never do anything like what you do. I mean, it seems so prodigal with ideas. And also, I don't know... I just think the atmosphere between you is different from the atmosphere between the four of us.
How do you mean?
Really.
Wait.
Well, I don't know. You don't seem competitive in the way that we were.
Yeah. It must be changing, I think.
No, because I don't know. You don't. I mean, I just think that you somehow there seems to be more sheer just pleasure in it?
No, I always rather like. I mean, I really like teams.
Yeah.
I just feel it's a good way of working, but you can only have a team work, you know, if everybody else is going to.
But you see, we never used to get on, really. I mean, I couldn't work with Johnson again. We just wouldn't get on, really. I mean, you know, we were much better apart, you know, not working together. I mean, it sort of makes me laugh a lot, but I mean, if we were actually together in a thing, it would be dreadful.
Well, I think perhaps, you know, it will be like that. I mean, it wasn't, it never used to be. I think maybe it's, you know, it will change because of that.
And if you ever want another member for the group, just ask.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day. I cut down trees, I wear high heels, suspenders and a bra. I wish I'd been a girlie, just like my dear papa.
What about so easy?
It really leaves us with that.
I just wonder whether we can't, in fact, bleed it off by having some sort of thing of repeating the chorus, but in very much under the voices, as if it's a sort of speculative thing, as if we're sort of thinking it over. Somehow still got to be worked out. So everyone sort of going off in sort of academic groups, as if it was a sort of break-up of a seminar on lumberjacks.
Yes. Can a lumberjack be okay at the same time?
At the same time as doing
yes, indulges in sort of thing. Lumber anxiety.
It opens up a whole new sort of channel of lumberjack thought.
Oh, he's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He works all night and he works all day. He's a lumberjack. He's a lumberjack. He works all night. It's okay. He works all night and he works away.
Yeah, and keep it going right into the wings, humming it and singing it. Hello, Chris.
I'm sorry about this. But my rehearsal with John Fortune, after the rehearsal, turned into more of a drunken reminiscence about Lenny Bruce and his drug problem.
It's better for our character just sitting there grinning inanely, you know.
I think that's actually, you know, let's just keep it frozen then.
Yeah. I think the audience should be given things to throw. Old fruit. I mean, that's how it used to end, actually.
Okay. Let's walk it in. Let's do it in and walk it in with the end of Shakespeare then. So, I think it should go as follows. When Peter says, "O saucy Worcester, dost thou lie so low?" Then, and Alan comes over the top of that. Now hath mortality her tithe collected, and sovereign Albany unto the worms his course collected. Now we're on to Pontefract and sanctify our court.
A thresh of mighty trees, with my best girl by my side, we'd sing, sing, sing. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
I cut down trees, I eat my lunch, I go to the lavatory. On Wednesdays I go shopping and have buttered scones for tea.
He cuts down trees, he eats his lunch, he goes to the lavatory.
The one I've always wanted to hear was interesting facts.
Interesting facts, yes, that was...
Arab can live on a grain of rice.
Was for
whole year, was it?
100 years, I think.
No, it's a mosquito, because it comes next to mosque in the dictionary.
That's right, yeah.
So I just thought it was a wonderful sketch, and I've never really heard the original. I mean, it was just a Chovy used to do it in breaks.
It's based on this servant at my school called Arthur Boylett, who used to come around and tell you that it's incredibly boring, which he thought interesting facts, but he had a line, he said, I sold, you know that stone which used to lie just outside the left-hand side of the gravel driveway as you go out on the left-hand side? I sold that yesterday because I thought I saw it move. And he kept selling things which he thought he saw move. If anything moved, it became valuable. But the worthless object, he sold them all, because I thought I saw it move.
Which is explain where the title of the 1961 Footlights review.
I thought, was it called? I thought I saw it move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have the script?
Well, it must be somewhere in that enormous jumble, including early correspondence with David Frost. And one letter saying, can we rarely allow this incredibly boring person into the Footlights club? And the virtually unanimous decision being, well, he may be very boring, but at least he's harmless.
Oh, look serious, but look this way. Just look serious. Oh, do we have a happy one? I mean, you were back to your life. Hey, Joe. Throwing them at the camera.
It's a quick, tight circle, so it comes back in. Then get you to Permantor, and you to...
It is rather vital that we have the words at this point.
Right. Where, have you got a copy? Have you got a copy with you?
I have a copy, yes.
Right. Okay. Where is it?
But, I mean, it's just a question of whether you have a copy, it's whether you have the words.
I will have the words. I think that what should better happen is that two go to that side and two go to this side.
So where is the crown and things set? Don't bother about things. I'm not bothered about it. But I mean, where is it? Or is there one?
What we will do is we will split as we splat.
You forget the stage is twice the size, and it takes longer to get into the wings.
Move faster, so that if you could just move fairly fast off towards the wings, where a crowd will be waiting for you.
I think if there would be, if there's anything on the stage, there was something that you could see. I mean, you are going to wait an enormous amount of time just running off and on like that, if you're actually going straight on with the scene.
Yes.
Because, I mean, it would be optimistic to think that a laugh is going to carry you off.
Michael, if we could have just a full pattern violin set just inside there, so that Terry can, at the end of the common lessons, try to roar, I mean, the way I'm going to chant our king, put the thing on, and come back.
Oh, let us fly to Pluto's realm, and in his arms, I shall grow cold.
Wise words in mouths of fools do of themselves belie. Good fool, shall Essex prosper?
I prosper.
See you prosper, fool.
I prosper.
Very then, methinks we'll prosper, and saying prosper, do we say to cut the knot which crafty nature hath within our bowels.
Oh, good, my lord, I bring you news. We shall sustain in settler from thereon. The bosky wood inharbored in her mighty chant do much agree the forces of our realm, and so in saying said, a very people sometimes came who went who this should have gone, etc. I wish I could read this.
Why then was this encounter nobly entertained, and so by steel shall this our county now be buckled up. Come, sir, let's to it.
Ham. Worse than Dudley. Anything for a laugh. Physical comedy, you see. That's not my fault.
Is that so saucy Worcester, does that?
Oh, saucy Worcester. Dost thou lie so low?
Hum. And then we're in. Yeah. All right. Well, I must run now. I've got to go and do Three Sisters, so...
Yes, well,
We've got to talk. It's just very briefly to find out what, in fact, we're going to do.
Let's sit down.
Let's sit down, right. I just really want a list of ins and outs, roughly. But, I mean, I know that, in fact, there's no way of really getting a...
Well,
now? Oh, she's gone off with my watch. The dresser is.
Yeah, well, the time now is 11:05.
Well, on the night, I'll finish here, and I'll stay in Edna's clothes.
Yeah.
I think I'll stay in that.
Yeah, fine.
Now, I'm not going to walk down the Haymarket wearing it.
No.
I'll organise a car.
Yes.
That will take me and Iris, my accomplice,
Yeah.
down to the theatre.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Iris?
See you tomorrow.
All right, dear. By the way, I forgot to tell you something, Iris. I agreed a long time ago to do a charity appearance on Thursday, Friday and Saturday nights after the show. And I haven't told you yet.
Why, does it affect me?
Yes. I feel that it would be nice. I can't do it alone, Iris.
You're really going to sing?
Yes. Is that silly?
Yeah. Well, what are you going to sing?
I thought I'd sing True British Spunk.
Well, we better have a practice.
But I'm glad that the situation has arisen where I've been forced to tell you about it.
Well, I did hear, but I didn't know whether it affected me. I thought you might be doing a sketch.
But would you mind being there just in case I lose my voice and you have to go on?
Oh, that will be lovely. They'll adore that.
All right. Well, thanks, Iris. I'm sorry that you have to be told this on camera, as it were.
Bless your heart.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Oh, dear. Well, I'd forgotten to mention it to Iris.
I think she'll take it well.
She knows. She looks as though she took it well.
I think so. Very hard to tell behind the glasses. I think that, I mean, there'll be such a sort of milling atmosphere.
I know what. Yes, there'll be a whole crowd.
There'll be a whole crowd, and I mean, it's the sort of faint buzz of people meeting each other, reunions,
yes,
sort of feeling.
it's
you know.
good.
That was lovely. I mean, there are all sorts of people who hadn't seen each other for a long time. You know.
Yes, well, there are a lot of people there that I was just very pleased to see.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Alan for a long time. Well, for example, I haven't seen you, really.
That's right.
I don't need any introduction.
No,
no one's being introduced, are they? Everyone knows
Everyone's
them.
bing, 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 straight on. Everyone.
That'll make me the oldest comedian in the show. I think.
I bet I'm older than you.
No, I'm 42.
I'm 42. We are both the oldest.
We ought to tell them that.
Yes, I think we ought to tell them that. But we certainly are the oldest. Oh, no, Alan. Alan
is the oldest.
Alan is, yeah, he's 42 and a half.
Hey. Good.
So,
we must mention that, even if we forget to mention us.
Perhaps the three of us should appear in this sort of geriatric section at the end.
Indeed. I hope they'll be giving us a benefit.
Pirates. Good afternoon. I think in your soft toys department is what I want.
The day of the opening. At the Amnesty office, the organisers Peter Luff and David Simpson have everything under control.
The latest is he's apparently in reception
Well.
talking to his friend. I'm trying to locate a parrot, a toy parrot you may have. Great. Is it, how solid is it? I mean, could it be nailed to a perch and would it stand upright? Could I have the parrot I ordered?
Yes, certainly.
That's great. Many thanks.
It's miles, isn't it?
Complaint.
I was hoping we were able to get to the stage. I didn't know you were all up here. This is the right. Let's have a slight bias to the right. That's not my pixie hat. You're hanging to the right, Peter, with that one. Which is the easiest one to wear?
You're the bouncy with the...
The bouncy with the...
Yes,
That's nice, isn't it? Princess Margaret. Yes. Is she going in the taxi? Yes, she's going in the taxi later. Bringing my hat. She'll be nipping off again very quickly. Oh, thanks. Setting up the try.
Let's hurry the others up because we're trying to get on stage. We've got to go on stage. We've got to go on stage. In a bit. Five.
Don't worry about it. Ned, everybody. Ned. Right.